It is time for a change, a really big change. So this will actually be the biggest changeover I've ever done inside any room that I've ever been in, outside of obviously moving to a different room. And I've been trying to figure out when I'm actually gonna do this massive changeover because I think it's gonna take several days. Now I have a client flying in from the Northeast that's here all week next week. By the way, it's Friday the 26th at 1:41 p.m. Monday morning, I've got to be ready to roll because I've got a client in from out of state that's booked the entire week. I'm not honestly sure if this is a mistake, taking the time to do this, trying to force this changeover. Here we go. Let's make some changes. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm panicking a little bit, pulling my patch bays completely apart. Do you have any idea how long it takes to set up a complete patch bay for a whole studio full of hardware? Oh my God, I hope I didn't just make a mistake and not be able to pull this off in time. So I just heard the UPS truck pull up, and this is perfect timing. It is go time. All right, let's go. Oh, let's get this thing pulled in and get it put together. So pumped. It is very late and I'm completely exhausted, a little bit delusional. It's like 9 p.m. Friday evening. I tore the entire studio down and packed it out in like 2.5 hours earlier today, and I got to get this desk up and running tonight. That's the move, tonight. Not Pro Tools up and running, but assembled. So this is the Danger Fox Genesis 24U desk, 24 space mastering style desk. I've been wanting to move to a mastering style desk for a very long time. There's a whole bunch of benefits to running a mastering style desk. There is, however, links in the description below to go check this desk out if you would like. And there's a discount code down there to get yourself $100 off if you decide that you want one of these desks. And I've just finished unpacking it and I'm super pumped. The quality is like way high. I'm so excited right now, even though I'm kind of delirious. All right, let's get this thing put together, get the studio up and running yet again. Okay, it is midnight on Friday night. I'm really pushing it here, having everything back up and running in time for my session. This is as far as I'm going to get tonight. The desk is done. The desk is awesome. I'm going to walk you guys through some stuff on it in the morning. It's fantastic. I'm so pumped. Tomorrow morning I'll get up before everyone else is up, get rat gear loaded back in it. This has got to be up and running, fully back to functioning tomorrow night. So yeah, we're really pushing it. It's 6 a.m. It's still dark out. The thunder and lightning are rolling outside. That kind of thunder and lightning that just kind of keeps... You hear it? It just keeps going. It's just not even stopping. I have got to get all the gear loaded in and then all the gear back in the studio, get it all hooked up and get it up and running as fast as possible. I gotta be fully up and running by the end of today. So I picked up some Death Wish coffee. I made espresso with Death Wish. This is probably way too hot. Oh, that is really good. So I'm pretty pumped about this desk. There's a lot of options on this desk that are super sweet. Like, man, this arm pad is so high quality feeling. It's better than I think any console I've ever even leaned on. Like, it feels really good and really premium. You know what the other coolest feature is? The coolest feature of this desk, here, let me show you. So obviously you have like cable troughs down in there to run your cables down through behind all the rat gear. You know, the cables aren't like draping down to the ground. So that's very cool, and it's really open. But the coolest thing is, here are your legs right here. And you've got these holes on both sides. See that one way over there? You've got these holes on both sides and an opening out the bottom of the leg. So all your cables, whatever cables you have, can run down through the leg and out the back. Talk about good cable management. Like, there's gonna be 2 single cables coming out the back of the leg, and from this angle, you will see actually no cables. Like, that's seriously one of the coolest things ever. Okay, so something else that's super cool that I'm really pumped about this desk. A lot of studio furniture is made out of MDF. And MDF, first of all, it completely disintegrates when it gets wet, but over time it just kind of disintegrates anyway. It's just not a high quality thing. This entire desk is made out of birch ply. It looks like 12 ply birch. Can you see that down in there? It looks like the exact same material that's made, that a guitar amp is made out of, a guitar cab. This is all super sturdy. There's no MDF anywhere in here. It's all like heavy duty wood, which is super awesome. All right, guess it's time to get some gear in it. Here we go. Here is all the snakes that it's gonna take to hook all this stuff up. Special thanks to Trace Audio for building me a bunch of new stakes. Really appreciate it. Okay, so I couldn't find the other stand for my video monitors, and then I held them up side by side anyway, and they don't actually fit between the speakers. And I've been getting tired. I've been complaining for years about the 2 monitors meeting and looking like straight in front of me. I can't ever look at anything straight in front of me because it's the edges of the 2 monitors. Good opportunity to move to an ultra wide monitor. I didn't get a curved one, and I didn't even get like the widest ones because I just got the biggest one that would fit on this desk in between these monitors. Pretty pumped about that. Had to pull some of the pieces of rack gear back out because they're a little too deep to like get in there and hook everything back up. I'm completely exhausted. I need an energy drink or a coffee or something, so. Okay, so the next thing I gotta do is I got a matching sidecar for the desk coming, but it won't be here till like the end of this next week, and I've got sessions all week long. So I'm gonna use one of the old racks to set up the patch bays and the power amps for the monitors and all that. All that's gonna go in the sidecar when it comes, but I can't wait for the sidecar to be up and running. So I'm just gonna use one of these, get it all hooked up, and then switch it out to the sidecar when the sidecar comes in a couple days. So I've had these patch bays from my lovely friends at Sweetwater that have been here for weeks and weeks anticipating this transition, and finally time to crack this open. Patch cables and a pair of Samson patch bays. Got a bunch of stuff to figure out, then like fine tune, or these amps are blocking the monitor there. There's a bunch of like fine tuning and where am I gonna put everything that I'm still trying to work out. It's like 8 p.m. Saturday night. So I've been going at this like 15 or 16 hours now. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and fire everything up and like at least make sure everything's functioning properly, and then worry about fine tuning the setup and monitor placement and all of that. So here goes nothing. Work. I had two of the DB25 connectors on the back of the Apollo. I had them flip-flopped. That was quite the headache to figure out that that was what the issue was. Okay, everything's functioning. All the inputs are functioning. Whole patch bay is working good. So we're good there. So now I just need to fine-tune monitor placement and make sure that the physical position of the monitors is the best that I can possibly make them. So time for that. I did it. It's like 9 a.m. Sunday morning, and the studio is completely functional. Still gotta wait on the sidecar, and then I'll wrap this up once I get the sidecar in and we can do a total studio tour. I'm gonna go try to take a nap. Okay, so it's Tuesday morning and I've worked for one full day and one full night on this desk. It was like a 16 or 17 hour day yesterday. I'm super pumped about like having the gear right in front of me and being able to just lean on the desk. The armrest feels really, really good. Still waiting on the rack mount kit for the monitor controller. So this is awesome. I've actually never had an articulating arm or any sort of odd monitor mounting system. But here's what's awesome about this. Like the other night, I was tuning some vocals and it was so small with it sitting so far away. I'm not even used to that anymore. That I was like, I just want to get it closer. So now with this, when I'm editing, we can bring this thing right up if we want to, right close. but obviously this is terrible for monitoring, for audio monitoring. The monitors will sound terrible. They're being blocked by the video monitor. So I can edit like this, and then when I go to mix, it's super easy to just toss this back in there. And now I mix like that. This honestly worked out so much cooler than I thought it was going to. I'm super pumped about this. Okay, got a few more things I'm waiting on. This video is probably not gonna come out nearly as quickly as I would like it to, because I'm waiting on my sidecar, my other rack, because unfortunately there's not enough desk space here for me to fit all my gear in. As awesome as this desk is, I have too much gear. I'm also waiting on the rack mount kit for the monitor controller here. Unfortunately, it's on back order, and so hopefully that comes in soon. So we gotta get those things sorted out, and then we'll get this thing wrapped up. Oh, I think it's finally here. We might actually be able to get back to work. Oh, hello, beautiful. Okay, finally got the rack kit. This has been on order for like a month. For a month this has been on back order. Finally got the rack kit for the monitor controller, so now the monitor controller can actually go in the desk instead of on the desk. That's been the plan since the very beginning, and one of the things that massively held up this whole project. So let's get this thing put in. Okay, so monitor controller rack kit is in, and that's awesome. Still waiting on the sidecar from Danger Fox. They had a massive malfunction with one of their CNC machines, and so it's taking considerably longer to get than I expected, or than they expected. It's not their fault either. If you watched my "well, that didn't go as planned" video, you kind of saw the timeline of this whole changeover and how not seamless it was. We're in pretty good shape. We're home stretch at this point. The next clip that you see will probably be the sidecar rack coming in and me putting that together. So stay tuned. All right. All right. It is go time. This is actually the very first sidecar that Danger Fox has ever made. This is number 1. There are no others in the world exclusive. So let's get this sidecar put together, and let's wrap this thing up. Here we go. My God, if this works. The idea that I don't have to unhook and rehook up all the patch bays. Please, please work. Oh my God. Oh yes, okay. Oh, patch bay 2. Yes. Oh my God. I can't believe it. finally did it. We got it done. So thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Danger Fox Genesis 24 space desk with the keyboard tray, which is awesome. So why a mastering style desk? A couple reasons, actually. The biggest one for me is the ability to sit in the sweet spot directly between the speakers and tweak and not have to move out of the sweet spot. For every other setup that I've ever had, I always had to lean over to get to the racks on the side in order to make adjustments. And when you're doing that, you're taking yourself out of the sweet spot in terms of monitoring. So that's a huge one for me. That was my #1 reason in wanting to switch to a mastering style desk. The second reason is I always had a console. I came up on consoles, mixing live and in the studio. There was always a console. I was always leaning on a console. And there's something about leaning on a console, an arm pad, and having knobs in front of you that just feels so much more substantial, and it is inspiring to work on. For me personally, anyway. And the last reason I wanted to move to a mastering style desk was because my last setup was just kind of cobbled together. It was just a couple racks with an office table with a homemade monitor, you know, video monitor stand that would do the job. And it did the job for many, many years, and that's great. But it was time to have like a more professional setup. The articulating arm has worked out to be really, really great in terms of being able to pull it up to me when I'm editing or when I'm tracking, and then push it back to the optimal place when I'm mixing or mastering. Man, that's awesome. So far, my audio monitor placement seems to be doing really good, and there'll be tweaks that I'll do to the setup over time just to kind of refine things a little bit more. The sidecar worked out super awesome. I'm so pumped that they make a sidecar, and first one in the world. How about that? I got the very first sidecar the Danger Fox ever made. But this desk is awesome. It's so high quality. It feels so sturdy and so substantial, and with the keyboard tray, really kind of turns it into more of a producer's desk rather than a mastering style desk. These are traditionally looked at as mastering style desks, but as soon as you start adding stuff like a keyboard tray, well, then it becomes more of just a fully functional production desk. If I haven't mentioned it yet already, there's a discount code in the description of this video where you guys can get $100 off one of these desks. If you would choose to pick one up for yourself. We'll see if my OCD will allow me to leave the studio in an unsymmetrical setup where, you know, there's guitars reaching all the way around this way and nothing over this way. And the idea was to open up space between me and where I track vocals, so that way I could just have more of a direct connection with the singer that I'm coaching and producing. I really love how I have these guitar pedals set up now where they're kind of down and out of the way and on a shelf. That worked out really awesome, I think. And this might be the most functionally efficient studio I've ever worked in now, because everything has its place. All the gear's right in front of me. Guitar World's right over there. I can just reach over, flip an amp on, grab a guitar, grab a pedal. Everything's pre-wired up. Everything's hooked up. It's time to get some work done, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell next to the subscribe tab. Links in the description for all the gear that I use, and the links to this desk with a discount code. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. It's much appreciated. And now that this stage of the transition is over, it's time to be cranking out some videos. I think we got some mix tutorials in the pipe, so stick around. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.